Are you still here, guys? Are you still with me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool. And it's done. So now I'm going to share my screen again, and we are starting, right? Okay, are you guys able to see the screen?
Yes. Yes.
So what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be calculating these numbers that they've given us in question 2, right? So we're going to do it the math way, your way, right? And the first one that we are having here, Manahil, it's 387,213 plus 299,114. But before we calculate for that, guys, I just want to know, do we have somebody that knows how to call this number, this big number here?
Yes.
What is it, Ria?
It is. Wait. Let me count it first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 3,087,213.
Wait, say that again, yeah.
3 million.
Mm-hmm.
3 million.
Mm.
67,000
Yes.
and 213. So it's 3,080. It's 3,080. It's 3,087 and 213 million. Am I right?
Okay. No, you are not. But I'll tell you. I'll show you how to do these things, to know if it's a million, if it's 100, if it's 1,000. Manahil, do you want to take a try? What do you think that we call this number? 387,213.
7,000.
Wait, what?
Sourceful.
Manahil, are you the one who's talking?
जोर से बोलो,
Manahil?
गाड़ी में इसलिए.
Okay, fine. Maham, do you have an idea of what we call these big numbers this big number that you see here? 387,213. What do you think we call that number? How do we call it?
3,008,700. 3,087,213.
Thank you. 387. What is it? 213? Yeah, it's 213. 213. Okay, let me see if I did not skip anyone that joined at a later stage. Ria, is it one person? Ria, you love math, and Ria, is it one person? Okay, cool. Maham, you said what we call this number? No, Maham, you answered, but Manahil, did you give it a try?
Yes.
You said what do we call this big number? 387,213.
What are you asking?
How do we call this number?
Call this number 387,000.
Okay, I cannot hear you properly, but it's okay. Ria and Maham, are you guys still there? Do you guys hear me?
Yes.
So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna break it down. Before I answer you, we're gonna break it down, okay? What do we call these numbers? This one, just this one. What do you call it?
3. 3.
3 and then these two, this last two?
13.
13. And then these last three, 2, 1, 3. What do we call 2, 1, 3?
213.
213. Now we're gonna bring 7. So when I bring 7 here, what is this now?
1,213.
It's 7.
7,213.
7,000. Okay, 7,000. Now I'm gonna bring 8. This is 8, 7, 2, 13. What will this be?
It's 87. It's 87,213.
87,213. Perfect. So now what I'm gonna do is to bring a 3 here. What is this? What is this?
It's here. It's 387.
387. So now when you call all of this together, what will it be?
3,087,213.
Maham, how would you call it now?
3,087,213.
Okay, guys, let me do this. So you said this is 87,213, right?
Yes.
So that means this one is what? This one is 87,000. If it has 30, it's going to be 87,000, ne? And then if we introduce another number here, we say 387,123. Isn't it gonna be 387,000? Okay. So if we have this is 10, this is 100. If it's 3, it's 100, and then if it's 4, it's what? These are thousands. So if they have three digits, after this one, then it's considered as 1,000. But then if it has these, it's going to be 10,000, and then we have what? We have 100, 1, 2, 3, 100,000. So if you have 3 digits, and they also have 3 digits after that, so that will be regarded as 100,000, okay? So it's 387,000 because it's 3 numbers and then followed by another 3 numbers. So it's hundreds of thousands, all right? So it's 387,000 in this case, né? And then a million is when you are having 3 digits. Not 3, but 6. So it's 3 and 3. All right. So it's if you have after this one, if you have 6 numbers after this one, then it's what? It's considered million, right? Or millions. And then you're gonna have 10 millions, which it can be 97 million, 37 million, whatever millions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then continue like that. I'm just gonna end here. So this is what we call 387,213. All right, did you guys get it? 387,213. Did you guys get it?
Yes.
Perfect. So if you guys got it, how will we then call this one? If you guys got this one, how are we going to call this? 38721. Okay. How are we going to call this one? 213. This one.
299,114.
Perfect, Maham. Perfect, perfect. So that's how you're gonna call this one. So we have 3, 8, 7, 2, 1, 3. We have 2, 9, 9. We have 1, 1, 4. This is a plus, so we're going to add these, all right? So if we're having a big number like this and they want us to calculate, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna add it like this, né? You're gonna do this method. So you're gonna say, what is 4 plus 3?
7.
7. What is 1 plus 1?
2.
2. What is 2 plus 1?
3.
3. Perfect. What is 7 plus 9?
16.
What is 7 plus 9?
16.
Perfect. 16. So we're going to write 6. Because we cannot write 16 here, we're going to write 6. And then we're going to carry 1 here. So this one is going to be added to 9 and 8 here. Okay? This is what you do. So what is going to be 1 plus 8 plus 9?
27. 18.
It's going to be what?
18.
So it's 18. So 18, if you have 18, I told you, if you have 18, you're not going to write 18 here and then continue with the rest. But what you're going to do is to write 8, 1 digit, and then you carry out the 1. Eh? If you got, maybe let's say you got 37, you're going to write 3 at the top there. Unless if it's the last number, like this one. So here we have 18, so we're going to carry 1 here. So it's going to be 1 plus 3 plus 2. So it's 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2. And how much do you guys get?
6.
6. So 6. But if maybe let's say here you had what? Let's say Maham, you had 8 here. So you're going to say 1 plus 3 plus 8. What is 1 plus 3 plus 8? 1 plus 3 plus 8. 17. So, but because there's nothing here after this name, that means you're going to write it as it is. You're going to write 17 here. But in the middle, you're not going to do that, okay? And that was just me trying to show you. Okay, 6. 6. And like this. And then this is how you collect yourself 2 marks in this exam. Do we have any question? Are we all good? Are we all happy? Is everybody happy?
Yes.
Perfect. If you have no question, we will move to the next question, which is 2.2. So for 2.2, we have what? We have 602,887 and minus 128,351. And how much are we getting? What are we going to do? 7 minus 1. Because here it's a minus, we're not going to say 7 plus this. We are minusing them. So when you are minusing, that means you're going to take everything that's here on top minus the whole thing that's down here. Do we have somebody that want to say something?
I would.
You would what? You would what? Were you trying to answer the question?
Yes.
Okay, we can carry on.
I'm asking that by the question, do we use the method like where we go like 7 minus 1, 8 minus 5, 8 minus 3, 2 minus that method.
Yes, yebo.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you want to answer that?
Yes, please.
Okay. What do I write?
Okay, so first you're gonna say, so write it 8 minus 1 equals 6. Then you're gonna say 8 minus 5, 8 minus 5, which is 3. And then you're gonna say 8 minus 3, which is 5. And then you're gonna say, by the next one, you're gonna put the 8 on, you're gonna take the bigger number and put it on the top. And then you're gonna say 8 minus 2. And then you're going to take this, then you're gonna go on to the next question and say 0 minus 2, which is -2, but we're not gonna write -2. We're going to take the bigger number on the top, which is going to be 2 minus 0, which is 2. Then you're going to take 6, and then you're gonna say 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1, which is 5. That's the method we use.
Okay. That's the method you use.
Yes.
And what was your final answer? What was your answer now?
The
6,
final
0, 2,
answer.
8, 8, 7.
Let me work it out on the calculator first and see if I get the same answer I did. 7.
Okay, cool. No problem. Do we have somebody who wants to try it going forward?
I try.
Okay, yes, you can. Was that Maham or Manahil? Okay, you can carry on, Manahil.
So 7 minus 1 equals 6. 8 minus 5 equals 3. And then 8 minus 3 equals 5. And then we can't find it from 8. I will give you a negative answer. It's saying not to use
Manahil, I'm failing to hear you properly. I'm not sure what's happening. Are you having earphones on?
No, I'm traveling in the car.
Ria, you must not share a video, ne? You must not do a video, ne?
We're traveling in the car.
Manahil, do you want to say something? I see your hand
I
is
just
up.
want to tell you that we're traveling in a car, so that's what
Okay, cool. You can write in the text, ne? Because I'm struggling to hear you. I cannot hear you properly. Ne? Write your answer in the chat, and then yes, in the chat, and then I will just keep on checking the chats, ne? If you wanna say something, you can say it. If I cannot hear you, you can also write in the chats, ne? And for this one, I'll just come back in here. But before we do that, we have Ria to everyone says she's new here. That Ria to everyone, is it the same as the other Ria?
No, she's not. She's a new Ria, but we share the same name.
Oh, okay. Do you know how to unmute your mic, Ria?
Ma'am? Ria, can you unmute
do you know how to?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to check if you are able to unmute your mic. And
Yes,
okay,
I am,
cool.
ma'am.
What's your full name? What's your full name?
Riabetse Mahuma.
Riabetswe M. And then Ria, the other Ria, what's your full name? Are you also Riabetswe?
Ma'am,
No,
she's Ria Mokgetsi.
I'm Ria Mokgetsi Mashego.
Oh, so we have Ria Mokgetsi, and then we have Riabetswe.
I can change
Yes,
my
ma'am.
name.
No. Even if you change, it's okay. I just wanted to check if I want to ask the other Ria, who am I gonna say? Because when I say Ria, it's both of you. Okay.
You can call me Wei.
You can keep your mic muted if you don't want to say. He said, "Who I can call you?" Okay. Perfect. Now it's okay. Let's see. We are having what? We are having 602 minus that. So what you're gonna do here, you're not gonna swap anything. You're not supposed to swap anything there. But what you can do, or what you have to do actually, you have to go to the neighbor and borrow one, which is going to be 10 to, it's going to be adding to this 12, to this 2 to become a 12, right? So if you see here, you are having 0, so that means you cannot borrow here. So that means this one has to borrow from 6, borrow 1 from 6, so that this can be a 10, right? Then if it's a 10, it can now borrow this one to be a 12. Do you guys get it? So what we are doing here, basically, this is what you're doing. This 2 goes to the neighbor, which is 0, to borrow 1. But because 0 doesn't have anything, 0 is going to go and borrow from this 6. Okay, so in the 6 we have 1, so that means this 6 is going to be, what is 6 minus 1? That means it's going to be 5. Okay,
5.
And then now that we have 1, this one is going to be here. And then what do we call this number? It's a 10, So that means we are now having 10. So if this person has a 10, this 2 can borrow 1 from this 10. And then what is 10 minus 1?
9.
It's 9. So we're going to have a 9 here. These are going to cancel. Now we're going to have 1, 2 here. So we're going to have 12. What is 12 minus 8?
4.
4. So that means we're going to have 4. Now what is 9 minus 2?
7.
7.
7. Perfect. Maham, what would be 5 minus 1?
4.
4.
4. Perfect. So now the answer is going to be 4, 7, 4, 5, 3, 6. Now do we have somebody that doesn't understand or that didn't understand?
I understand.
Did all of you understand? Did all of you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I understand.
Are you guys sure that you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, cool. Now let's do this one, ne? Let's do this one, but we are minusing, ne? I just want to check if you guys really understood. So we're having what? We have 3, 8, 7, 2, 1, 3, minus 2, 9, 9, 1, 1, 4. But 9, 9, 1, 1, 4. Okay. And who's gonna hop on this one for us?
I can hop on.
Before we do it.
Ma'am, can I please do the sum?
The sum. Who's talking now?
Riabetse.
Who was the other one who wanted to hop on it?
Ria, I love me.
Okay. The new Ria, what would you say? We'll come to our Ria.
Ma'am, must
So
I
what we're
do
gonna
the new
do here?
Riani?
The new Ria, yes.
So, ma'am, we're going to borrow from the one next door. Then we're gonna stretch it out. Then it's gonna become a 0, and then 3 is going to turn into 13,
Mm-hmm.
and 13 minus 4 is 9.
Mm-hmm.
So 0 minus 1 is a negative. So we have to go next door again and borrow 1. Then the 2 is gonna become a 1.
Okay, 2 is gonna become 1,
Then
and
the
then
0 then the 0 is gonna become a 10, and 10 minus 1 is 9.
okay, perfect.
1 minus 1 is 0.
Mm-hmm.
7 minus 9 is also a negative. We're gonna borrow 1 from the 8, and the 8 is gonna become a 7.
Mm-hmm.
The 7 is going to turn into 17,
Mm-hmm.
and 17 minus 9 is 8.
17 minus 9 is 8. Mm-hmm.
7 minus 9 is also a negative, so we're gonna borrow from the 3. Then the 3 is gonna become a 2, and the 7 is going to change to 17. 17
Mm-hmm.
minus 9 is 8, and 2 minus 2 is 0.
0 is 0. So that means our final answer for this one is 88, 88,099. And what do we call that number? I mean, this number, Maham, how do we call it? What do we call this number? 88,099.
88,099.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm actually happy for you guys. Okay, cool. But I'm not sure if everybody understood this. So I'm just gonna create a number here, and then we're gonna try and add it or subtract it, just to be sure that everybody understood, so that everybody can have their share on this thing. So I'm just gonna say 3. No, no. Let's do 147. 2, 8, 1. And let's do this. Let's say 8, 5, 3. And 9, 9. Yes, let's do this. Yeah. And let's see. Manahil, how are we going to answer this?
So first you're going to add 1 plus 3 equals 4.
No, wait. I made a mistake, ne? Minus.
So what you can't minus 1 from 3. So you're going to borrow of the 1 from the 8, and then the 8 becomes 7. And then the 1 becomes 11. And then 11 minus 3 equals 7, equals 8. 7 minus 5 equals 2. And then 2 minus 8, you can't minus 2 8. So you're going to borrow a 1 from the 7. And then 7 becomes a 6. And then 2 becomes a 12. And then 12 minus 8 is 4.
4, perfect.
You can't minus 6 from the 9. So you're going to borrow a 1 from the 4. And then the 4 becomes 3. And then 6 is
And a
going
6
to
become a
become
16. Mm-hmm.
And then 16 minus 9 equals 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you can't manage the 3 from the 9. So you're going to borrow the 1 next door, and then the 1 is going to become a 0. And then the 3 is going to become the 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then 13 minus 9 equals 4.
13 minus this is equal to 4. Okay, perfect. And that is absolutely correct. And then now we are doing 1 for Ria. Okay, the old Ria or old Ria. We have what? We have let's say 511 803 minus 3. Let's do 8. Okay, 3 8. It's going to be minus. Ria, are you able to hear me? Are you still
Yes.
here? 1. Okay, let's do 9. 9 4 5. Yeah, Bo. And how are we going to solve for this one? Or
Okay, so first here there is
mm-hmm.
3 minus 8, so it's a negative. So we're going to, since there is nothing, we're going to go to the next number, which is 8. But there's there's a 0 here, so we're going to just ignore the 0 and go to the 8 and borrow a 1, which is going to be which the 3 we go back to at the back is going to be 13, and then the 8 we borrowed from is going to be a 9. Then after that, you're going to say 8 minus 8. I mean, 13 minus 8, which is going to be 5. So then after that, you're going to write 5 under. Then you're going to go to the 0 where we couldn't borrow from. You're going to say 0 minus 9. Then it's going to give you a negative number. So then you're going to borrow from the neighboring number. Then you're going to say that you're going to put a minus by the 7, and then you're going to say 6. Then after that, you're going to put a 1, and then it's going to be 10. Then you're going to say 10
Okay.
minus 9,
Okay,
which is
Ria. Okay. Let me stop you there. Ne? So what do next? You see 3 minus 8
I
will
can't
give you
hear
a
you.
negative number. Is it everybody who cannot hear me? Maham, are you able to hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, Ria, you're gonna have to leave the lesson and join again. Then you'll be able to hear me.
Okay, let me do it. So
Able. Maham, you didn't do it yet, ne? Let's just give you this one and then I will re-explain as she comes back. How are we going to do this one? 511 803 minus 345 998.
So first you're gonna say 3 minus 8, but you can't do that. So you go to the 8, since you can't get it from the 0. You take 1 from the 8, and now it becomes 7.
Wait, somebody's having their mic unmuted. Ria, you must keep your mic muted, ne? Because there's echo. Not you. Yes, we have an account. Okay, you can carry on, Maham. I couldn't hear you properly. Can you try to restart? I was interrupted by that. Is that what we're gonna do?
So you're gonna take 1 from the 8. So now it's gonna be 10. and you x
Wait, Maham. Can you start from the bottom where you started with the 3 minus 8?
You say 3 minus 8, but you can't do that. So you go to the third number, which is 8. You take 1, you put it to 10.
Are we not going here first?
Yes. So since you have 8, it's gonna become 7, and the next number is gonna become 10. And then you're gonna give 1 to the 3, which will become 13, and the 10 will become 9. Then you say 13 minus 8 is 5. Now 9 minus 9 is 0. And then you're gonna, since 7 can't be minus by 9, you're gonna take 1 from the next number, and it's gonna become 17. And the 1 is gonna become 0. So 17 minus 9, 7 minus 9 is 8. So now you take since you can't minus 0, minus 5, you're gonna take the 1 from the other number, so then it's gonna become 10. And then 10 minus 5 is 5. And then that number is gonna become 0. And now you're gonna take a 1 from 5. It's gonna become 10. And the other number is gonna become 4. And you're gonna say 10 minus 4 is 6. And then you're gonna say 4 minus 3 is 1.
1, which is 165,805, right? So this is how you do it. Okay, Ria, our old Ria. You said your full name is Ria Moretsi.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you know how you're gonna do this one, then? You see you have 3 and then minusing 8. So you see you're gonna get a negative, and there's still other numbers here, right? So you cannot say 3 minus 8, you're going to have negative 5 because there's a whole lot of numbers here. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna try to borrow 1 from the other, from the neighbor. So the neighbor of 3 in this case is what? It's this one, and 0. This 0 doesn't have 1 name. So that means this 0 is gonna go to their neighbor to borrow 1, ne? So that they can borrow it to these people, to this 3, ne? Do you get it? So this one is going to borrow from this one, and then because this one does not have anything to give or anything to offer, it's gonna go and borrow to this one. But because this one has something to give, so now we're gonna say -1, whatever thing that we're having here, it's going to be -1. So we're going to have 7. 8 minus 1 is going to be 7. So now this one, when this one gives 1, is not gonna give this one because this person was not asked by this name, was in fact asked by this one name. So that means when this person gives 1, he's gonna give it to who? He's gonna give it to their neighbor. This is their neighbor. They will give you this one. So it's going to be this one. But because this one did not want it for himself, ne? He didn't want it for himself. He's now going to give 1 to their neighbor who needed. So that means it's going to be 10 minus 1, which is going to be 9. We're going to
That's
have
gonna
9 here. And then this is going to be cancelled. It's no longer a 10. So now the 13 is going to be, the 3 is going to become 13. So now we can say 13 minus 8, which is 5. Okay. Now we have a 9. 9 minus 9, it's 0. Okay.
Yes.
7 minus 9, it gives you -2. But because there's something here, we cannot write -2, okay? But we're going to go to the neighbor and borrow 1. Now we're going to check, does the neighbor have a 1? Yes. So that means we're going to take a 1. So what is 1 minus 1? It's 0. That means we're going to be left with a 0 here. So now the 7 will become a 17. So what is going to be a 17 minus 9? Ria, what's going to be 17 minus 9?
Yeah. Yes. 17 minus 17 minus 9. Please work it out on the paper. So 17 minus 9. So 7 minus 9. Then I'm going to go 7 minus 9. 17 minus 9 equals 8. Then 0 minus 5. 0 minus 5 equals -5. So we're going to jump to the next number and borrow a 1. So we borrowed the 1, then it's going to be we're going to put a 1. Then after that, we're gonna put a 1, which will make it 11.
Wait, we cancelled this one. This one does no longer exist.
Okay, we're going to borrow to the next number. Then it's going to be a 10. Then we're gonna say 10 minus 5 equals 5. Then here we're going to come and borrow a 1 from the 5. Then it won't be a 5 anymore. It's going to be a 4. Then you're gonna put a 1 by the 0. Then after that you're going to say 10 minus 4 equals 6. Then after that you're going to go to the next one, and then you're going to say 4 minus 3 is 1. And then after that
is our
you get your final answer.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Now do we how do we call this number before we continue? How do you call
Okay,
this
it's
number?
going to be 1,065,805.
You said what? Wait, what?
1,065,805.
Okay. So I said that if you have 6 digits like this, then it's considered to be hundreds of thousands, né? So that means it's going to be 165,805, né? And then if we take out this one, it's going to be 10,000, okay? So that means it's 65, right? 65,000. But the moment we add something, then it's hundreds of thousands, right? And then if we add another one, then it's millions, ne? It's million if it's 7 digits, ne? 7 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But if it's just these ones that you see here, then it's hundreds of thousands. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I want us to do this question. Eh? Question 4. We have question 4 here that says use the price list below to answer the questions. Then you have a price list at Kagiso Stationers. We have pencil, which cost one rand 20 cents. We have each name. We have a pen that cost 5 rand 35 cents. And then we have a suitcase, which is 80 rand. Suitcase, which is 80 rand. Now they are asking how much change will you get if you buy a pen and a pencil and you pay with a 10 rand note? How much is it gonna be? We are not using calculators, ne?
Yes, ma'am.
6.55.
How did you get to that? How did you do it? We are not using calculators, remember?
I said 5 plus 1 is 6 and 35 plus 20 is 55.
Okay, so you said so we have what? One rand 20, and then we also have 5 rand 35. And then when you are adding, you start from the last number. So we're going to have 5. 5 plus we're going to, you said we have 0 plus 5, which is 5, 2 plus 3, which is 5, and then comma would be a comma. Then 5 plus 1, you said 6. Then you have this one, and how do we continue with it?
Ma'am, I think we are going to say 6 rand and 55 cents. 10 rand minus 55 cents. No, ma'am.
So
No, ma'am.
it's
Sorry,
10
ma'am.
rand
It's 10 rand minus 6 rand and 55 cents.
minus 6 55. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And how do we finish it off?
Ma'am, so we have to borrow, ma'am. So because like, ma'am, there's many zeros, ma'am. So we have to go all the way to number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, then the 1 will be 0, ma'am. Then, ma'am, the 10 will make 1. And then we're gonna scratch out the 10 and then it's gonna become a 9. Then we're gonna put a 1 by the next 0. Then we're gonna scratch it out and it's gonna become a 9 also. Then we go to the next number and put a 1. Then that's where our sum starts. Then we say 10 minus 5, which is 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. Then we put our comma. Then 9 minus 6 is 3. And then we put the rand sign.
Okay.
Then our final change is 3 rand and 45 cents.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ria. Did all of you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Oh, let me share the screen again. Perfect. Share my screen. And Okay, so the final answer is going to be 3 rands 45 cents. Now let's move to 4.2. 4.2, they're saying, how much less will you pay for a suitcase if you get a 10% discount? How much will you pay for a suitcase if you get a 10% discount?
Ma'am, first, can I please ask, how much is the suitcase?
This one.
Oh, okay, 18.
Yebo. Butali, are you there? I saw your name there. Are you still there?
Yes.
How will we calculate this one?
We're going to say 10% of 80 rand.
10% of 80 rand.
Continue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know how to calculate it from here.
Okay, but what is 10% of 80 rand?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Does anybody know how to change a 10% into a fraction?
Ma'am,
Now, do you know how to?
doesn't the
Okay.
10 go over the 80? Then you have to convert it.
Wait. What did you say?
Ma'am, doesn't the 10 have to go over the 80? Then you convert it.
No. So you're going to say 80 when you change the 10%. When it's a percent, like when you see this percent, you must know it's whatever divided by 100. So if it's 10%, this percent means divided by 100. Ne?
100.
So that means
Yes,
it's 10 multiplied by that. So we want to get the 10% of 80. So that means we're going to have what? We're going to have 80, which is equal to 80 multiplied by 10 divided by 100. What is 80 multiplied by 10?
800.
Perfect. It's going to be 800 divided by 100. If you have a number like this and both the numbers have zeros, you can just cancel the zeros, ne? Like
yes,
this.
ma'am.
If you have a zero here, and there must not be a plus sign or multiplication in between, just two numbers, whatever divided by whatever. And if you have zeros like this, the zeros can cancel out each other. But if, let's say, for example, you had 101, like you said, 800 divided by 101, you're not 101, you're not gonna say zero cancel this one. You only cancel if it's zeros like this. There's nothing in between that's bothering them. Okay, so that means our 10% is going to be 8 rand. So now they want to know how much less will you pay. So that means it's going to be 80 minus our 10%, which is this, and it's going to be 72. Then this is going to be our final answer. Okay, did we leave somebody behind? Is there anybody that left behind? Charlie, are you good?
Yes.
Ria, are you good?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Mahan, are you good?
Yes.
Manahil, are you also good there?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Mpo, are you good? All right. Okay.